Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Come on in the house. I'm your man, KTJ. They call me the Love Coach, and welcome to Love Coach Sessions Live. We're here today, and I'm glad to have you here. You guys, if this is your first time coming, hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And so we got a good show today. Today, we're talking about women that men can't resist. That's right. There are some women that men can't resist. And I got 5 tips, 5 keys that are gonna let you in on the women. You can do what you want with this one. Fellas, this is for the ladies. Ladies, you can do whatever you want with these 5 tips that I'm going to give you today. You can apply them, you can throw them away, you can give them to your niece. But I'm telling you, they are effective and they are going to work. I want to see somebody. I want to see people finding love and making love and living in love and continuing in love. And you know what I mean? I really believe that that's the way it's supposed to be, you know? And so I'm just going to do my part to help make that happen and continue, you guys. So look, we got the chat room open. The chat room is open. Come on through and just say hello at least. And if you're catching this on a replay, just drop us a comment. I want to hear what you have to say about this topic in the chat room and on the in the comment section. All right. Looks like we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty. But nonetheless, I'm going to go on. Let me make sure. Make sure we're good. All right. Looks like. All right. We are all good. We're good. All right. Hello, Stephanie. Thank you so much for popping in. She said, I'm all ears. All right. Glad to have you. Glad to be making this happen. All right. So you guys, look, there are women. And this is, look, I usually just give this to small groups and clients, but like, I just feel like giving it, just talking that talk today. There are some women who seem like they get what they want. Let's be honest. There are some women that just seem like, you know what? I want a good man, and boom, good man show up. I want a house, I want a car, and boom, they show up. I remember there was this one lady one time. She had this philosophy. Look, and you guys don't wait for the 5 tips to be taking notes, right? You can take notes all throughout this talk. If you hear something that makes sense, don't wait for me to say, take notes on this, right? Just take notes all the way through. All right. And so I knew this lady, right? And her basic philosophy for her life was this: I always get what I want. That was the basic philosophy she had for her whole life. I always get what I want. Right. And so I'm like, you always get what you want. Yeah, okay. Right. I watched her life. Doggone it, that lady got what she got what she wanted. This lady said, I wanted a candy apple red convertible. And the next time I saw her, she came rolling up in a candy apple red convertible. And she said, see, told you. I always get what I want. Right. And so I watched that, and I watched it in other people. I watched it in my own life, right? I believe, listen to this, you guys. I believe that you can command this life to become what you desire it to be. You can command things. You can speak things into existence that don't already exist. You can speak those things that are not as though they were and watch them become. So I want to encourage. Listen, this isn't even written down in the notes, right? But I want to tell somebody to watch what you say, right? Because your words have power. Your words have power to bless your life or curse your life. If you say, I never get a good man, nobody ever likes me, nobody ever talks to me, nobody wants to have me as their girl, as their woman, right? Or I always only get picked up by Peanut and Ray Ray. Only men that like me are Peanut and Ray Ray, men that I don't want, right? Even if that has been the case in the past, that doesn't mean that has to be the case in the future. Change the way you speak, change your words, and you change your life. So look, y'all might have tuned in for the for the talk on this men can't resist, but I've already started to talk, y'all. It's your words. Your words create your attitude, and your attitude frames out your life. I've seen people get hired for jobs they weren't qualified for because of their attitude. I've seen people get fired from jobs that they were qualified for because of their attitude. So I'm telling you right now, from the top, attitude is everything. Attitude matters. It matters. All right. So let's get the right attitude. Let's change the way we speak, and we changed our outcomes just like that. All right. We begin to change our outcomes as we change our words. All right. All right. So here we go. Number one, women who have their backs. I know, listen, and the men that I'm talking about are men that you guys would actually want to be with. I'm not talking about Pookie and Ray Ray and them. Okay. I'm talking about men that you actually would like to build a life with, who are looking for women. Now, y'all might not believe that men still want to get married, men still desire to have a wife, children, or just a life partner in that way, right? But they still exist. I'm seeing them all the time. I'm in the communities where men are having conversations about these things, and y'all don't know about them because they don't speak on these on the wide screen because there's too many female involvement. A man puts up something and he gets shot down. He gets clobbered by female comments. So men have these discussions in the men's forum where men allow men to speak freely without judgment. Okay, so these you guys know I come from a community where I coached men, in the social work community for 15, 17 years, and so I've heard these things over and over again. So I'm giving it to you today. All right. So look, a woman that has his back. That's the first one. Like somebody who he can rely on, somebody who he can put trust in. Not somebody who's more who cares more about her hair and her makeup and her outfit and her. One of the things you guys, one of the running jokes in the men's community is that men are just a utility. To listen, for a lot of men believe that in the woman's eyes, a man is just a utility. He's only worth what he can do for you. His worth, he has to do something to be loved. He has to provide and protect, right? Women don't have to do anything to be loved. Children don't have to do anything to be loved. The dog don't have to do anything to be loved, right? But men have to do something. Men are a utility. This is what the conversation is in the men's communities, right? And so since many men feel that way, some men are thinking differently about how relationships are formed and the relationship that they really want. They're stopping listening to the storybooks and the TV and the internet as to how a husband and how a man should be, and they're starting to think for themselves how they want their life to be, how they want their relationships to be. And I'm telling you, because there's a lot of men who follow the old regime, the old pattern of just make a woman happy, make a woman happy. If mama ain't happy, nobody ain't happy. All that kind of, all those sayings. And it turned out that he wasn't being made happy. You know, where's the saying if daddy ain't happy? There's no saying, right? Because daddy's not allowed to voice that. It makes he's seen as weak if he voices those sort of things. So he stays in his utility position. Do. A man has to do to feel love and appreciate it. That's just what is said in the men's communities. So having a woman who has his back, who understands him and who's willing to listen to him, right, makes him feel less like a utility. Makes him feel less like something that has to come after the dog. The running joke was the order. You come into a woman's life, and the order is the children get taken care of. No, first it's her, then it's the children, then if the dog gets sick, it's the dog, and then it's the man. That's the running joke that the men have in the men's community, right? But if you show up saying to him, listen, you are important. I value you, whether you got money or you don't. There's a lot of women who are single because they looking for a man with money. Whether you're short or not. There's a lot of women who are single today because they don't like short men. Whether you are Mr. Holy or not. There are a lot of women who are single because they're looking for a man who wants to go to church or who's ready to lead the family in prayer. I know. It's all a wonderful thing to have. It's a wonderful thing to have, but I'm not saying it's not, it might not happen, but it might not happen. But guess what? He still might be a good man. All right. I know some of y'all, I'm probably gonna get some emails about this one. They say, Kel, he's supposed to be equally yoked. Well, some of these people, what constitutes equally yoked? Okay. Because there's some of these people who shout around churches and all right, I ain't going there today with y'all, but I'm just saying that don't be so quick to discount somebody because they don't come, because the present doesn't come wrapped in the paper that you thought they would. That's what I'm saying. Hey, LV, thank you so much for joining us today. Thanks for popping in. All right, number 2. The second thing that second kind of woman that a man can't resist is a woman who is tied to his future. A woman who can look at that man and say, you know what? I see more in you. I see more in you. I see you taking that one thing that you're doing right there that you love to do, and we can split it up 3 ways. We can make it money over here. We can make it successful over there. We can do this over here with that one little thing that you got right there, right? You are increasing his value as a man when you can increase the value of his hand. Come on, somebody need to clap for that one. You can increase the value of the man when you increase the value of the work of his hand. I'm telling you, it's so true. And so a woman who is tied into his future, who can come into his life and be an asset to his life, is invaluable. It's invaluable. That's a woman that you can't leave, even if she get on your nerves. You can't leave her because she's tied into your self-worth, your work. For men, a lot of men, their self-worth is tied into their work. And a woman who can come along and see what he is and what he has, and in an approachable way, say, let me team up with you and we'll be 10 times as good. You guys know I always talk about that saying, that the scripture that says one could chase 1,000 and two could put 10,000 to flight. I'm preaching good today, y'all. Right? I believe you could do 10 times more together than you can apart. That's what that says. You could do 10 times more as a team than you can separately. Something to consider, you guys. All right. Number 3. I don't think I've ever heard this one before. Or I haven't heard anybody talk about this one right here. So this one is a little piece of gold for y'all. All right. This one is a woman that a man can't resist is a woman who can hold tension. A woman that can hold tension. Did y'all feel the tension? Now that I just did that in language, but I'm talking about in the relationship, right? Meaning, let's say as you're dating or you're getting to know a person, that means maybe you might not pick up the phone on the first ring. Holding tension. Maybe you might not tell him everything about you. Leaving a little mystery. A man should have there should be some mystery to you. All right? There should be some kind of things that he doesn't quite understand. When I've asked men why they chose the woman they chose, right? Many of them gave the same answer. There was just something about her that was different from all the other women. Y'all know what that something about her means? That means I couldn't quite figure her out. All the other women were easy to figure out. They were easy, right? But this one kind of left me hanging a little bit. Not totally hanging, but she pushed away a little bit, which made me push in a little bit. She pushed away a little bit. I know it sounds like a cat and mouse game. Guess what? It's as old as time. And men enjoy the cat and mouse game. Now, a man is not going to tell you he enjoys the cat and mouse game, because on the surface, he does not enjoy the cat and mouse. He would rather get what he wants immediately. Let's be honest. He would rather get what he wants immediately. He's not going to tell you that he enjoys the cat and mouse game, but he does. It's that conqueror in him that loves the cat and mouse game. So I got one friend who inboxes me sometimes, and she'll tell me about her tales. She'll tell me about her situation with the new guy that she met, and she just can't hold a guy longer than 2 weeks. I haven't seen her hold a guy 3 weeks max, right? And when she tells me what happened and tell me what he said and tell me what she said, I know immediately why it didn't work. Because she overshares her emotions. Oh man, I hope y'all taking notes on this. She overshares her emotions. She tells him, I've never felt so strongly about a man before. You, sir, are special. Wait, you've only known him for 2 weeks? How do you know he's special? Right? And that's what I was thinking when she said it. And guess what she said next after that? He said, you only know me for 2 weeks. How you know I'm special? I'm like, that's what I was thinking. Right? And she said, she said, I know I always do this. And I said, you know what? Here's the thing. Just hold back on it. I'm not telling you to change. I don't think you should change. As a matter of fact, I think you should keep being all that you are. That person inside of you that loves to give, loves to share, loves to open her heart, loves to have her heart filled. The emotional connection of that person. I said, you know what? Don't change that about yourself, because that's who you are. And the person who's ideal for you is going to need that quality that's inside of you. But if you change it, if you try and change and be something different, it's not going to work. So you just need to share, just choose who you open those emotions to, and do it slowly. Don't pour the whole pitcher out in the first 2 weeks. Pour slowly. Pour a sip, another sip, and another sip, so that he starts thinking like, whoa, okay, I like this. Give me some more of this. I want more of this. This is the tension, y'all. Men love tension. They just don't know it. But listen, all of us love a cliffhanger. They do it to us all the time on TV and radio. Now, when we come back, we're going to tell you why the sun came up on the east side and who got burned by the sun. I just made that up, right? But all the time, cliffhangers, right? You should be a cliffhanger in a man's life. All right? Tension. All right? So the next one is, a man can't resist a woman he can't conquer. A man can't resist a woman he can't conquer. A man can't resist a woman he can't conquer. I've known men who kept a woman in their mind for 10, 20, 30 years. The woman who liked him but didn't give him no play. He was madly in love with her, and she was like, eh. Now, I'm not telling you to fully play that game, right? You don't have to go all the way to there. But men desire to conquer. A man desires to know everything about you, so he can put you on the shelf and say, I got that. Right? There should be an opening in the loop. Don't close the loop. Don't let him eat. Listen, I'm talking about even if you're in a relationship, there should be some surprises. Surprise, I showed up at your job with lunch. Surprise, we're going to the Hawks game. I'm in Atlanta. Not much Hawks to see. We're going to the Falcons game. What? Yes, I got us some tickets. What? He shouldn't always know everything, know where you are, know what you're doing. No. For men who, listen to this, you guys, for men who try to manipulate and control women, right? One of the things they try to do is isolate. Now, I'm not saying these guys that we talk about today, but I'm talking about men who do that sort of thing, who try to control women in that way. One of the ways they do it is by isolation. They want to know and be in charge of all your movements. They make you, they slowly tell you, I don't like you talking to your mama. I don't like you talking to your daughter. I don't like you talking to your son. And the next thing you know, you're not talking to your mama no more. You're not talking to your son no more. You're not talking to your daughter no more. It's only me. And men, some men play that game, right? So it should never get that far, right? Because you should get to the place that you always have it in your mind, he'll never conquer me. Because even if a man might even threaten to leave you, right? In the back of your mind, it should always be, if he leave, guess what? I will survive. I will go on. I will. Nobody should have you in the socket that in a controlled socket that you ain't going nowhere ever. Oh, wait a minute. You need to control your own socket. and have him always having this feeling like, I don't have it all. I wonder what she's going to do next. Y'all hold on to that one. All right. Before I get this last one, let me jump over here. My girl, Lavanya, LV's in the house. You like these? All right. They keep the mystery and creativity. Keep it interesting. Absolutely. Listen, that's the key right there. A little mystery, a little creativity. Little mystery, little creativity. Mixing them up together. Little mystery. Where's she going? Who's she talking to? Look, I know it sounds like a game, don't it? It is a game. You want to win or not? Your boy KTJ giving y'all the scoop today. I hope you taking it. All right. A little mystery and a little creativity. And then look, then you start giving it to him to have a little creativity. Now, the mystery part, he don't need to know about that part. That's if he ain't listening to KTJ, then he okay. he can get that somewhere else. If he ain't listening to me, he can figure that out on his own. But encourage him to be creative. That helps keep the spark alive in a relationship. LV said some dudes say things like that too quickly for females too. Yeah, they try and box you in, but you are not to allow anybody to box you in. The resistance does something to them. It's the truth. It is the truth. All right. So number 5. All right, number 5 tip for women who men can't resist. Women who are agreeable and not oppositional. Women that are agreeable and not difficult. Now, I'm not telling you to agree with everything the man says. Please do not agree with everything the man says. Do not go along with everything the guy says. Don't do that, right? Because then you're going to train him to be controlling. Are y'all listening to me? You can train somebody to be controlling. You can train somebody to control you. Now, I know some of y'all like a man that tell you once in a while to sit down and be quiet. Stand over here and just sit down, whatever, right? That's all right, too, if that's what you like, you know? But at the same time, no man should be telling you to sit down and shut up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, right? Men desire a woman who is agreeable. Nobody want to fight with you all the time. Nobody want to have a relationship where y'all got to argue every single time, every day. You got to have it your way. Do you have to have it your way every time? Do you have to have it your way every time? Or can it be my way sometime and then your way sometime? And then my way sometime and then your way sometime? Do you have to oppose everything? There are some women who they got something to say about everything. They got something, and sometimes it's negative. A lot of times it's negative. Got something negative to say about everything. Do you have to have something negative to say about everything? Oh, this is a good talk here today. This is a good talk here today. I might just pop up on Facebook and finish this talk today. I'm talking about 5 tips, 5 reasons, 5 things that women can do to be irresistible to a man. All right. A man wants a woman who is pliable. I'm talking about a man that's going somewhere. Again, I'm not talking about Peanut and Ray Ray, who just want you to roll their weed and go buy them some brown liquor. Not them. I'm talking about a man who is aspirational, a man who's working on something, I put up a post the other day talking about, if you have goals and you don't need any help, your goals are probably too small. Like, and somebody chimed in, I don't need no help with my goals. I'm good. Your goals probably are too small. You should have goals bigger than just getting a job working at the phone store. How about buying a phone franchise? How about that's a bigger goal? How about buying multiple Metro phone franchises more than just being an employee? How about being an employer? They live better. They sleep easier, sleep better. Yeah, they got to manage more things, but so what? Life is better to them. Talking about today being agreeable, finding resources, being an asset to, and I'm telling y'all, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. This is why I come and give you guys little hints like this. The male pool, the pool where of men and available men, it's not growing. It's actually getting smaller. More men going to jail. More men are after other men. More men. And there's some men who just decided, I don't want to be in the relationship game. I don't want to be in it. Now, those guys, man, they'll be back. Right? But I'm telling you, the pool is getting smaller. Only these smart women who will listen to what I'm saying in these sessions, taking notes on these sessions, and thinking about how you can make this work for your life. When that man show up, he's going to be like, whoa, how did you know all that? Where'd you get all that from? You just be like, oh, I study some people. I follow some people. Because this stuff right here, some of the stuff I'm talking to you guys about, men don't even know. They haven't even put the dots together to connect them. And you're going to have a whole picture by the time you figure out what the dots are. Okay? So I encourage you guys, look, go back through this list. I'm going to be putting this up. This is going to go live, in a few minutes. And you'll be able to check it out again this afternoon. Go back on this talk and just kind of think about what I'm saying here. Process what I'm saying here. Share it with somebody. I need y'all to hit that share button. Share it with somebody because there's somebody in your life who needs to hear this talk. LV said, yeah, be agreeable. But when you disagree, do it without being argumentative. Yes. Do it without being argumentative. You don't have to be argumentative. Arguments come from being reactive. Conversations come from well-processed thought. I got some smart people hanging out with me. I always learn how to hang with the smart kids. All right, good stuff. You guys, thank you guys so much for being here today. I love y'all. I appreciate you being here. And I'd love for you to join the Patreon community. Helps the show, helps us keep this thing going, and hit subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything in the future. All right, till next time. Peace. Love.